And welcome back, rugby fans, to Rugby411. As always, I'm your host. My name is Joshua Shibata, and this is our Week 4 Pick'em video, as well as our chance to review and look at the leaderboard of our SuperBru Rugby411 MLR Pick'em pool. There is a little bit of change in the top 5 in the Pick'em standings. But a little spoiler, the number 1 player in the pick'em is still pretty damn dominant, and we'll go into that a little bit later. But let's take a look at Week 4 action. This is the first time that there's only going to be 5 games this weekend, and it starts on Saturday. 4 games on Saturday, 1 game on Sunday, and 1 really special game on Sunday for yours truly. But let's get into it. We have, again, 5 games. 3 teams are on bye this week. We have Atlanta, Utah, and NOLA Gold. First game of the weekend kicks off 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All times here are Pacific Standard. Saturday, February 26th, we have the Toronto Arrows continuing the longest road trip in the history of all Major League sports, going to Segra Field over at Old Glory, DC. 2 of the lower ranking teams in my power rankings. I'm a little on the fence of this. Now, and a little bit of disclosure for last week's pick'ems, I made a decision to change one of my picks from what I had originally picked in my way too early predictions of every game's outcome during the preseason, and I shouldn't have changed it. I'm kind of blanking right now which game that was, but I shouldn't have changed that pick. I should have stuck with my gut and went with it, but I didn't. My original pick for here is that Old Glory DC would win, Toronto would lose. After last week's game, I kind of want to go with Toronto, but I'm going to stick with my original pick and go with my guts. And I'm going to go with Old Glory DC. Going with the fact that they are the home team. And they need a win. This will be their first win of the season, and I feel that they'll get it in this game. Moving on later in the day, the next 2 games both start at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have Rooney coming off of that huge win over Rugby ATL, visiting Choctaw Stadium, which again is beautiful stadium in Arlington, Texas. Going with the hard luck Dallas Jackals. Man, what a heartbreaker last week's game was for them. And as I mentioned in my Week 3 power rankings, it doesn't get any easier for these guys. Now they have to host, after that stunning loss against Houston, they have to host, in my power rankings, the number 2 ranked team in Major League Rugby. And I don't think Dallas is going to have enough for this game either. Rooney is just a class above. And I think Rooney, especially after beating a team like Rugby ATL as they did, they'll win against Dallas. But again, don't count Dallas out. If Dallas pulls off an upset, again, I wouldn't be surprised. They are a hard luck team, one that I am really rooting for. But man, Rooney is just going to be something else. Also at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have the number 1 ranked team in my power rankings, the Austin Gold-Gronis, going over to Starfire Stadium to face the Seawall of the Seattle Sea Wolves. Now, Seattle had a very good win against San Diego in San Diego, continuing their streak to 3-0. Austin is also 3-0, so someone's O's got to go, unless they end up in a tie, which does happen in rugby. But, this is going to be a true test of Seattle. If they really want to be those contenders, they are the only 2-time MLR champions in MLR. But man, Austin just looks so dominant so far this season. I don't think that's going to change even against Seattle, even in Starfire Stadium, where they have that 16th man on the field. I just think Austin will continue their dominance and will push Seattle aside. All right, and continue on with the action. The last game of Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. San Diego Legion are going over to Aviva Stadium in Houston to face the Houston SaberCats. This is going to be a very interesting game. Both teams, they're kind of in the middle of my rankings. I'm kind of on the fence of exactly who they are. San Diego just recently suffered a loss at home against Seattle. Houston just pulled off a victory over the very tough Dallas Jackals. Again, just kind of going with the home field advantage, but I feel it's going to be a really, really close game. I think the Houston SaberCats will win this one at Aviva and pull it off. But I think it's going to be real close. It's going to be a really, really close game. I think I have the point spread margin to 4 points, something like that. And then the last game of the weekend, Sunday, February 27th, 3 p.m. kickoff time, Pacific Standard Time. The New England Free Jacks are going to the world-famous LA Coliseum to play against your reigning and defending MLR champions, the LA Guillotines. First home game of the season. I am a season ticket holder, very proud of that. I'm very, very excited. I will be at the game. If anyone who's watching this YouTube video is going to be there, don't be afraid to say hi. Love to meet new friends and fans. Also, real quick announcement, 1:15 p.m. we have a curtain raising game featuring the LA Soul Rugby. They are the first African American LA rugby team in LA. They will be doing a exhibition game at 1:15 as our curtain raiser for the game. Gates open at the Coliseum at 1, so come in early and watch them compete at 1:15 p.m. at the LA Coliseum, right before the LA Guillotines take the field to go against the New England Free Jacks. New England is a pretty tough team, but of course the Guillotines had that really tough start, lost to the Houston SaberCats, bounced back with a pretty good win against the Toronto Arrows up in British Columbia. I feel, especially with it being at home, first home game, got to defend the turf. It's pretty well known that the Guillotines definitely play better at home. I feel this will be a good win for LA against the New England Free Jacks. And those are my picks for week number 4. Let's take a chance now to look at the standings of last week's SuperBru Pick'ems. And here are the results of week 3's Pick'em. And man, all J Long once again has the top score, best in the round. He got every pick correct. Really impressive job, All J Long. Really, really great job. Finish was 11.5 points. Tex in second only missed one team, got 8.5. And then we got Aguera 6.5. I'm at number 4 with 6. Paco Boy 7 with 5.5. Moving on now to the new rankings overall of our SuperBru Pick'em pool. And again, thank you everybody for joining. I want to also give a special shout out to the reviewer 812 who just joined at the beginning of week number 3. Again, anyone can join at any time. The impressive thing is here, I don't exactly have his full picture, but coming in at week number 3, the reviewer 812 is in 9th place. He's in the middle. He's not even at the bottom. We have more than 9 players in the team, in the league, and he just joined and he's not at the bottom. So that's great. Good job, the reviewer 812. And thank you again for joining. So looking at the top 3, All J Long, still at number 1. I fortunately moved up to number 2, moved up a spot. And Scary Larry Rugby, man, such a great competitor. Dropping down 2 spots to number 3, technically tied with me at 19.5 points. Aguera has 18.5. He's at number 4, went up 2 spots. And then Harry went down 1 spot to number 5. All J Long, though, at 26.5 points, well ahead of everybody else. Man, who can beat All J Long? Guy is better at picking than I am, and apparently better at math. Or at least his picks are a little bit better than the mathematical equations by Scary Larry. But hey, still lots of competition left. 13 more weeks to go. Good luck all day long, and everybody in the pick'em pool with your picks coming in. Remember, you need to get your picks in before the beginning of the first game on Saturday. Fortunately, we only have games on Saturday and Sunday, so you have all week long. The beauty of SuperBru is they do send you an email to remind you to make your picks. We did have one player that didn't make picks, so try to stay competitive, guys. You never know. Like I said, the reviewer 812 just came in at week 3, and he's in the middle of the pack. So anyone can win still. Even though all day long looks well ahead of everybody else, anybody can still win in this. So good luck to everybody. Don't forget, the winner of the league will get a t-shirt of their favorite MLR team, courtesy of me. And yeah, good luck, everybody. And thank you again for watching the video. Enjoy the games this week, and I will see you, if you're at the Coliseum, I will definitely see you on the pitch.